Hey family, welcome back to another episode of Ohtobewhole with Camille Young. This is her, baby. What you say? Glad to have you back with me on today. Look, what's up, holy rollers, baby? We up in this thing. You know, we up in here. Yes, we are. Look, I just want to jump in on today. I'm going to dive right on into today's topic. Ain't nothing like confidence. When you have built confidence, when you have confidence, baby, it takes the air out the room. Do you hear me? See, I can talk about this because I've been on both ends of this spectrum. I've been on the end of low confidence, low self-esteem, low self-concept, okay? But now, at almost 50 years old, to be able to have the confidence, and I have, over the last it's probably been 10 years in the making, but in the last maybe 4 to 5 years, y'all, my confidence has been off the chain. And let me clarify for anybody who wants to, align confidence with arrogance. Y'all, those are two totally different things. Because with arrogance, there is really no confidence. It's fake confidence. All right? Because usually when you're arrogant, you have to make other people feel beneath you in order for you to feel like you are confident, or make others feel insignificant or insecure or less than. Look, I'm confident because when I enter a room, I know who I am, and I am wanting to uplift others when I enter a room. Okay? But I notice when you enter a room with confidence, people listen better, people pay attention better, people even admire you more. Not idolize. I ain't talking about nobody idolizing, but there is an air. There is, there's just something about a woman and a man, but I can only speak as a woman. Now, I will say ain't nothing like a confident man. See, you can be handsome. You could be unattractive, quote unquote. But if you got some confidence, honey, that will take you a long way. Ain't nothing like a confident man. Most confident men, truly confident, healthily confident men, want confident women. And you just can't say you confident. See, it's a state of mind. It is a mindset. It is a being confident. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get to a place where you recognize that I'm going to bet on me every time. You get to a place in space where I don't care what you look like because I know who I am. I don't care what you sound like because I know who I am. I don't care what you are presenting because I know who I am. Okay? And in my opinion, confidence brings a level of authenticity that arrogant people can't bring, or people who lack confidence, who have low self-esteem. And I find that those who have low self-esteem or lack the confidence that's needed, they envy people with confidence. They wish they had the confidence that that person has when they enter a room or when they are amongst others. But let me challenge you. If you don't have the confidence that you need to read my book, Ohtobewhole, The Power of Self-Love and Walking in Your God-Given Purpose. Baby, if you don't have that self-love, you can't be confident. If you don't have that H in whole, heal from your trauma, baby, you can't walk in confidence. Okay? If you can't, the W in whole, if you can't welcome growth, baby, you can't be confident, because confident people, that doesn't mean they know everything, but confident people are open to getting advice and feedback from others. And they don't feel no type of way because they recognize that when you welcome growth and when you welcome feedback, you're welcoming growth in your life. And you can only get better and better. And I'm going to say my word, you can only go to greater dimensions in your life. Okay? So I want to challenge you today. If you are lacking in your confidence, those things that you can't change, baby, you better embrace them. There was a time when I couldn't embrace my height. Okay? Where I would walk with my shoulders slumped over, or wouldn't wear my highest heels, honey, because I didn't want to be tall. But baby, you can't tell me nothing now. Okay? So that's something I can't change. All right? So if you're dealing with something that you can't change, baby, you got to embrace it. Now, if you can change it and it's within your power to change it, baby. Is it easier said than done? Yes, in some instances. But when you decide that you want to look like something different and be something different, look, change those things that you can change. All right? But I challenge you, build your confidence. Again, I'll go back even to knowing whose you are. And I mentioned this several times, even in some of the more recent videos that I've done. When you know whose you are, God created you. He made you fearfully. He made you wonderfully. He made you in his image. You can find confidence in that. That's the best starting point of building the confidence in yourself. Okay? Recognizing that you have a creator who loves you unconditionally. We love each other conditionally. Now, I have to admit, depending on what it is, baby, my love can't be conditional. Okay? But God's love for us is unconditional. And it's important that you know that he loves you and he created you. And you have to love yourself. Self-love, okay? Love yourself so that you are able to walk in your God-given purpose confidently. I can walk in my God-given purpose with confidence because I know who created me. And I have embraced who I am. And I challenge you to do the exact same thing, okay? I just had to talk about it today, baby. That confidence, baby, is a real thing. And it'll get you in some places that you thought you never could get because you walk in confidence, all right? Look, thank you so much for joining me on today. Y'all see I'm in my workout gear, baby, trying to get this body back right, baby. I looked at some pictures. I said, ooh, child, I need to get right back there, honey. And that's what I'm trying to get. Okay. Look, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to get your book. Ladies, register for the LTY Women's Retreat. All of that will be down in the description. Get your book at ohtobewhole.com on today. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.